Welcome to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. As well, I'm live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimieDeeshow. Hopefully y'all can remember that now after I just dramatically spelled the Jaime Dee Show. Welcome in, y'all. It's Hump Day. And we have so much to go over. So when I was doing my show rundown yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many interesting, exciting, weird, and bad things happening in the news. And I was like, I can't fit it all within my 1 hour show. So I tried to pick the best news, and let's get into it. So for the show rundown, we have the daily news headlines. Then for our social topic of the day, we're going to talk about if homosexuality is hurting our men. And Kara M. Jenkins, who is going to join me live to talk about politics. Yeah, politics. You want to know why? Because there's so many things happening in politics right now that are actually affecting our everyday life. Now, Kara M. Jenkins is the administrator for the Nevada Equal Rights Commission, and we're going to discuss affirmative action. We're going to discuss the businesses being able to refuse services to LGBTQIA plus customers, how Nevada is combating these issues, and more. So make sure to stick around. We have a lot to go over. As always, you're more than welcome to call in and get involved at 702-221-7283. Again, that's 702-221-7283. Shout out to Brendan Snow, who is on the YouTube right now, who said, let's go, Jaime Dee. I used to work with him in Dallas when I worked for Cumulus Media. What's up, Brendan? How you doing today, friend? All right, so let's get into the daily news headline. So this was just so stupid to me. So stupid. A fan was caught on camera diving off of a stage while Ski Mask the Slump God, who is a rapper, was performing at a festival, and the crowd just let him fall on his head, as reported by the Hollywood Unlocked. Now, if you guys have not seen this video, the guy was prepping to jump into the crowd, and it was a unanimous decision that the crowd did not want him to jump in the crowd. They were all like, no. They were waving their fingers. They were waving their hands. They were audibly saying no. And of course, at a festival, you really can't hear much on the stage because it's loud. I have hosted huge festivals with 10,000 plus people, and I didn't hear a word anybody said. I honestly didn't even really see anybody. Like, it's so many people, your eyes can't truly focus on one thing. So I don't know if the guy even was able to truly see it. I'm sure he was hyped up. Could have been drinking something. We don't know. That's alleged. But the man jumped into the crowd, and not only did he jump, but he like went far back, ran, and dove into the crowd. Not just like a, hey, catch me, woo, all light and stuff. He dove hard. So the crowd like parted like the Red Sea, and the man hit the ground. Oh my gosh. And then the crowd had the audacity to go, oh. Like, y'all, they part the Red Sea for this man to almost break his neck. Oh, thankfully somebody helped him out. The video ended there. And actually, no, it didn't. So they were trying to get Ski Mask to see what happened. And he saw what happened. I think he pointed to medical and then immediately went back to performing. Oh, y'all just be doing dumb stuff. I get it. You know, crowd surfing seems like such a rock star thing to do, and you want to have fun, but Did y'all know Britney Spears actually went on live and talked? Yes. She went on and recorded herself and talked. And I'm saying it like that because we know that we see Britney Spears just doing her little dances on social media, and love you, Britney Spears. She be looking crazy. But she actually went on social media and recorded a video and spoke. And what she spoke about was the incident that happened with Victor Wembanyama. And for me, I was very surprised to hear Britney Spears talk because she doesn't do it often. Now, Britney Spears says that she has yet to receive a public apology after being hit by Victor Wembanyama's bodyguard, as reported by the Shade Room. In this video, she was saying how she was running up to Victor to talk to him, and she tapped him on the back, and the security guard backhanded her hand, which made her hand hit her face, and she fell to the ground, and her friend picked her up. And it's like, Brittany, I know the adrenaline was rushing. I know you probably didn't expect to hit yourself in the face or get hit by a bodyguard, but you didn't even fall to the ground. And that just goes to show how sometimes even you can mess up your own story when you were right there. Now, we heard so many different situations that could have happened before we actually saw what happened. And even Victor was like, oh, I was unaware and I was pulled from behind and all this bunch of stuff. Everybody literally had a false story. And my thing is this: Britney Spears did go on a rant, and I actually agree with her on this, where she was saying that some people's bodyguards and security guards do the absolute most. And I've been saying that for the longest time, especially living in Vegas. Y'all give somebody a badge and people act wild just because they can protect and serve. And it's irritating. And some security guards and bodyguards can actually have guns here and wherever else they are when they get their certifications. And I swear the badge and the guns make them feel like they are the most powerful being on earth. And it's irritating. And so Britney Spears was talking about how some bodyguards do the most. And when she was in her prime, she would have teens run after her and grab her and touch her. And her bodyguards didn't even do the most. So I definitely understand that, your bodyguards are there to protect and serve, but you should probably assess the situation before you start flinging and hitting on people. It's a lot. But she also said that she did receive an apology 30 minutes after the situation happened while they were at dinner, but she never received a public apology. And Britney Spears is still looking for a public apology. Hey, hopefully she gets it because, Britney, she's been through a lot. She's been through a lot. I guess she probably won't run up to a celebrity again, even though you are one. I mean, Victor is in the spotlight, so they're trying to protect and serve their man real hard. Now, get into this. Selena Gomez believes her ex-boo, The Weeknd, is using her pain for entertainment with this new HBO show, The Idol. Now, we all know it's actually not being renewed after season 1, even though it was topping the charts. Now, the main character, Jocelyn, played by Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose Depp, she's 24. A source close to the 30-year-old singer and actor who dated The Weeknd, this is Selena Gomez, she's 33, for 10 months in 2007 told the Daily Mail, the similarities between Selena's life and Jocelyn's life are just uncanny. Being that she actually dated The Weeknd, it is even more creepy for her. Her real life pain was used for entertainment value, and that really irks her out. Everyone on her team who has known her for a very long time is dumbfounded by this. But at the end of the day, Selena is going to do what she always does, rise above and move on. Let me tell you, if I dated somebody and they created a whole show after me, again, alleged, and I'm seeing all these similarities, I'm sending a cease and desist. I don't care how many charts you topped. You're not about to have me out here on your show without my consent. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it's one thing to kind of make a show off out based off of how we dated and what we went through together, but you're basing it off her life, off her trauma. Again, this is all alleged. I would be pissed. That's like the ultimate form of petty. We dated and then you made a show after me. And I'm not even in the show. I'll be irritated. I mean, again, this is all alleged. And if it's true, I mean, they're showing a bunch of screenshots like Selena Gomez in real life, Jocelyn, who's the character on the show. Selena Gomez at a concert, Jocelyn, the character at a concert. Selena Gomez blowing kisses on the red carpet, Jocelyn, the character blowing kisses on the red carpet. It's very uncanny and it's actually pretty weird. But again, this is all alleged until they come out and say what's true. If it is, that's weird. That's weird. I don't know how y'all feel. I would be weirded out by that. According to TMZ, Damus Idris's home was broken into last Monday after some thieves smashed his glass door. Authorities shared some information with the news outlet about the break-in and were told that the thieves were able to get away with a small safe, and the items inside the safe were only about $500. But unfortunately, the cost of repairing the damages that they did were estimated to be approximately $2,000. No arrests have been made for the incident, and thankfully, Idris wasn't home at the time of the break-in, as we reported that the actor was in England filming the upcoming Formula One racing movie. I keep trying to tell y'all, LA is like a little war zone. I don't understand why it's just so evil there. It is. I don't care what anybody says. And I'm not getting into the depths of all the things I think that are evil in LA, but as it pertains to the thieves, the stealing, and the crimes, it is ridiculous. It's insane how unsafe I felt in LA. It's insane how no one is safe in LA. It's insane how you could be at brunch on Beverly Hills and get your bag snatched in LA. It's crazy. Crazy. And I'm telling you, nobody is safe. I just reported 2 days ago that Beyonce's mama house was broken into. Now they going out to Dameson? Y'all are pathetic. I'm sorry. Y'all are pathetic. People don't work this hard for y'all to ruin their lives just because y'all want to quick come up. Pathetic. Pathetic. Now, in some weird Las Vegas news, a naked man was arrested on the Las Vegas Strip after gyrating atop a poker table. This is what a police report says, and this was as reported by 8 News Now. I'm going to tell you how crazy this is. This man, I guess, was high and drunk off of something, and he got into a physical altercation in one hotel. Then he ran into another hotel, and then ran into another hotel. And while he was running between hotels, he was taking off clothing items, and then he got on one poker tabletop and started gyrating his private parts, and then bent over and exposed his butthole. Y'all come to LA and don't know how to act. Y'all be insane how y'all come to I say LA. See, Las Vegas. Y'all come to Las Vegas and don't know how to act. Y'all be on the drugs, the weed, the liquor. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, that police report, that criminal charge don't stay in Vegas. Woo! Y'all need to remember that stuff can still follow you. Yeah, you're on vacation, but vacation can still affect your entire life. Now, this news, oh my gosh, it hit all the blogs yesterday, hit all the media outlets. And it's funny because I was in my car yesterday when I saw this on a local Vegas media outlet, and I was like, this happens all the time in Vegas. Nothing new. No, this made national news. So the Las Vegas police were on a standoff yesterday at the Caesars Palace. It ended, and the suspect is in custody. But let me tell you how crazy it was. This man kidnapped a girl. Somebody apparently he was already with. Yes, you can kidnap somebody that you're actually with, because once consent is no longer there and someone says no, it can turn into kidnapping. And he held her against her will. He literally broke through a Caesars Palace window, started throwing dressers and chairs and other stuff out the window, was yelling outside of the window, had a police standoff. SWAT had to come in. Several news stations were there. They had to shut down the pool. It was insane. Now, they kept the Caesars Palace Hotel open, so people were able to still go in and out. But this man was literally having a standoff with the police at the Caesars Palace. There's not much further information about why this happened, what's going on, what caused this man to do all these things as of right now. But wait. Nope, never mind. This just in. I knew it. The Las Vegas police said the Caesars Palace standoff suspect had been on several days of a drug binge. I'm sorry. I can't not laugh. Y'all be letting these drugs drag you. Listen, I can't smoke because I'm allergic. I don't do drugs, I'm afraid, but I do drink. And while drinking is fun, and while sometimes being drunk is fun, it ain't always fun. It ain't always that great. Let me tell y'all, sometimes I don't want to drink. Sometimes I don't want to be out. Sometimes I don't want to be turned like that unless it's a special time. But I know how to control myself. Some of y'all get on these drugs and they be dragging y'all for filth. Now, they released the report of this man who was 35. And let me tell you the story real quick. At about 9:15 a.m., security at Caesars contacted police due to multiple noise complaints in room 2128, and that there was a possible domestic dispute. When security conducted a welfare check, a man subject barricaded himself in the room and claimed to have a firearm and made threats to security. If you don't leave, it will end badly, and if they enter the room, he will shoot someone. That's what the report says. A female voice yelled through the door that the guy had a knife, and additional personnel, including SWAT, responded to the scene. Like I said, it was a huge, huge, huge issue. You can find this on Fox 5 Vegas. Vegas, y'all be oh my gosh, Vegas is insane sometimes. I understand this is a party city, but y'all need to calm down. Please, please. All right, we're going to take a quick break. You're tuned into the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. We have so much more coming up. We're going to talk about if homosexuality is ruining our men. I want you guys to take a listen to this audio I pulled. And later, I'm going to have the amazing Kara M. Jenkins, who is the administrator for the Nevada Equal Rights Commission. And she's going to join me live to discuss. Look at her outside jumping. Kara! I'm sorry. She just threw me off. She's going to join me live to discuss the affirmative action ruling, businesses being able to refuse services to the LGBTQAI plus customers, and how Nevada is combating both of these issues. So stick around, all right? And like I always say, call in at 702-221-7283 and get involved in the conversation. I'll be right back.
Conditioning. Our main goal is to provide high-quality service without breaking the bank. From maintaining your HVAC units to fixing them when they are down, they are there for you. AR Heating and Air Conditioning offer reasonable prices, reliability, and professional service at a great value. For more information, go to fixmyac.net or call 702-646-4000. Beat the heat and call AR Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
ZenWorld Premium CBD offers full and broad spectrum CBD oil, extracts, and capsules, which are designed to help you feel your best. Their products are sourced from the best organic hemp and natural ingredients on the market and are tested for quality, purity, and potency. They have a full range of items from health and wellness to beauty to pets. Call 725-205-9223. Visit online at zenworld.com or stop by their location at 9895 South Maryland Parkway and Silverado Range Parkway. Mention KSHP for 10% off in store or use code KSHP online for 15% off.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mole's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mole's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmolemeats.com.
At AR Heating and Air Conditioning, our main goal is to provide high-quality service without breaking the bank. From maintaining your HVAC units to fixing them when they are down, they are there for you. AR Heating and Air Conditioning offer reasonable prices, reliability, and professional service at a great value. For more information, go to fixmyac.net or call 702-646-4000. Beat the heat and call AR Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
And we're back. Welcome to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. I'm also live streaming on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimedEeshow. For all of those people who are tuned in right now on the YouTube, make sure to subscribe. That helps me out so much more versus just watching the show. Subscribe to the Jaime Dee Show. I'd appreciate it. Help this black kid out. I'm doing my best out here. Let me tell you, this is live radio. Y'all hear the stutters and all? I'm working on it. I don't know why I was stuttering today, but you know what? You win some, you lose some. If you're just now tuning in, you already missed the daily news headlines, but now we're going to talk about this social issue. And this social issue is dealing with homosexuality. Do you think it's hurting our men? Let me know. Call in at 702-221-7283. Again, call in at 702-221-7283. And let's talk about if homosexuality is hurting our men. So before I give you my thoughts, the reason we're having this conversation today is because Dog the Bounty Hunter went on a homophobic rant when asked his opinion about transgender children and LGBTQIA plus kids expressing their sexuality. This was reported by the Neighborhood Talk, and this is why we're getting into this. I want to play his clips first. There's two. Before I give you my thoughts, like I said, call in 702-221-7283. Take a listen to this first clip.
We don't need no more sissy men. Even Joel Osteen has become a man. So we need men and women that are willing to stand up against evil.
That's right.
And speak the word of God. Pride month, was it? What month was it? With all the businesses.
Yeah, it is.
Pride month.
Y'all are gonna get my Facebook shut down, but it's okay. Y'all, if we go down, come bail us out.
Pride cometh before a fall.
Oh, yes.
If they want to shut us off, because quoting the scriptures, I've got a lot of good lawyers. So pride cometh before the fall. And that doesn't mean you trip. That means they're falling to the right and to the left. Target, Belinsky, all these guys that are back in those.
We're going to play actually the second clip right now.
Up are taking billion-dollar beatings. They're falling. So I have compassion for people that are lost like that.
Agreed.
You know,
they need to be saved.
They need to be saved and delivered.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I still have friends that are that way.
Yeah.
A family member that is that way.
Right.
So
we love them.
Yes, but that's not the way God made us. He didn't make Adam and Steve. He made Adam and Eve. So that's exactly how it is.
Okay, I'm laughing because I'm about to get real disrespectful. I'm gonna tell you why I'm about to get real disrespectful. And I don't care if somebody says, well, they could say that about you. I don't care. I said it first. Who the hell is Dog the Bounty Hunter? I have absolutely no clue who this man is. I'm sure there's people out there who know who he is. Apparently, he's had a reality TV show since 2004. I did a quick Google search on him. Great for him. Who the hell is this man? And the reason I'm saying who the hell is this man is because who cares about what this man has to say about homosexuality? Who cares? And my thing is, who cares about his wife? And who is this lady on top of that who is interviewing them? And again, I try to hold myself accountable and always beat y'all to the punch when it comes to things like this. Well, they can say the same thing about you, Jimmy. You just started. Okay, that's fine. But my thing is, I'm not out here spewing hate because who cares? That's it. Before I get into all his points, let me just say this. The straight men, quote unquote, and the people out there who focus so heavy on other communities is so weird to me. It's so weird to me. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not a woman, so I really don't even think about stuff that women deal with unless I have to, unless it's in the media, unless I have to stand up for them. Let me give you another example. I'm not a lesbian. So do you think I'm up at night thinking about lesbians? Worried about what they're doing in their life? Saying, oh, the lesbians are taking our women. Oh, we need more feminine women. Oh, these lesbians, they're so masculine. They make me feel less masculine and they're taking my space. I really wish y'all could see my face. If you're not tuned into the Jaime Dee Show live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, you don't see how I look, but who cares? And I truly mean that. Who cares what someone else is doing in their bed, behind closed doors, in public? If it's not hurting you, others, or animals, who cares? I do not lose sleep thinking about other communities that don't affect me. I don't think about, and this is going to sound wrong, but I really mean this in a positive way. I don't think about Asians. I'm gonna just use the stereotypes. I don't think about Asians taking up all the school space and getting into school. I don't think about Mexicans taking all the jobs. I don't think about lesbians taking all the women. I don't think about gay people just being gay because it doesn't affect me. Because a lot of times the things that these individuals in these communities are involved themselves in don't have nothing to do with me, and I don't even involve myself in those situations. So what I mean by that is, okay, they're saying all these Asians are taking the best majors in the best schools. I didn't want to go to that school anyway. I didn't want to major in that degree anyway. They say Mexicans are taking all the jobs. I don't want to be in no field. I don't want to be no construction individual. Not saying that those are bad things to do or to get yourself involved in, but I don't want to do those things. More power to you. When they talk about lesbians, I didn't want that girl anyway. When they talk about gay people, I didn't want him anyway. He wanted who he wanted. She wanted who she wanted. That Hispanic dude got that job he wanted or could get at that time. That Asian person went for what they want to go for. Who cares? So it's so irritating how people focus on so many different communities they're not a part of who aren't even affecting them. Let's get into what he said. He said, we need men and women who need to stand up against evil. What evil? You mean against you? Who's being divisive? Who is spewing hate? Who has such a hateful rhetoric? Are against you? Who's using Bible verses to try to justify what you're trying to say? I'm sure if we dug deep into your life, we could find some evil and some things you shouldn't have done and things that you hid. Now he tried to act like he didn't know what Pride Month is. Boy, shut up. We all know June is Pride Month. We all know companies out there being gay AF for June. I hate when men do that. Or anybody in general who try to act like, wait, what month was that? Oh, wait, how do I do this dance? And they try to do what they try to like act so awkward on purpose to make it seem like they don't know what they're talking about or what they're doing, knowing damn well they know what they're talking about or what they're doing. Like, come on, who cares? Who cares? Then he says pride cometh before the fall. Well, your fall is coming real soon. Bob the Builder. I'm sorry, not Bob the Builder. I'm sorry. Doug the Bounty Hunter. He also said, if they want to shut down the live for saying scriptures, he has lawyers. Boy, you do not sound cool. And you wouldn't have been shut down for saying scripture. You'd have been shut down for being homophobic and spewing hate. Then he says, oh, these big companies are losing money because they're back in the LGBTQI plus community. They do it for 1 month. 1 month. These people are not losing sleep. And my thing is, not only are they doing it for 1 month, they take a little section of the store or part of the store and they make it pride for that 1 month. You can close your eyes if you need to. You can walk around that part if you need to. You don't even have to go near it if you don't want to. Don't shop. If you're so concerned, don't shop for the month of June. People just want to have representation. People just want to have space to exist. Who cares? On top of that, you have a wife. Are you hunching on men? Who cares? You have kids. Raise your kids. Stop worrying about other kids. Then he also says they need to be saved and delivered. Do you know how many straight people need to be saved and delivered? Do you know how many white people need to be saved and delivered? Do you know how many black people need to be saved and delivered? Do you know how many companies and CEOs and just everybody who needs to be saved and delivered. You know I need to be saved and delivered. You're not safe because you're quote unquote straight. Then I hate this the most. When people say, well, I have family and friends who are gay and you love them, but you're literally going on a show right now and saying how they're evil, how they need to be saved and delivered, how it is ruining ruining our men. If I was in that community, I would instantly stop being your friend. I would instantly disassociate myself from you. Whatever community you were talking about that you quote unquote support, and now you're saying these things, I would instantly not be your friend anymore. I don't care if you was my daddy. I don't care if you was my cousin. I don't care if you was my sibling. That's not true love. That's not true support. That's not truly being there for somebody. To say, oh, that's another thing too. You can't sit here and say you support somebody, but then talk about them in their face, behind their back. That's not true love and support. That is lies and fairy tales. Dog the bounty hunter. Then he says, oh, well, he didn't make Adam and Steve. He made Adam and Eve. You know what? I really need y'all to go to church. I really need y'all to seek therapy. I really need y'all to have conversations with the Lord and read the Bible word for word, because I'm not about to sit here and play with y'all. I personally believe that it's not homosexuality that's ruining our men. It's social construction of reality that's ruining our men. It's representation that's ruining our men. It is the lack of help that is ruining our men. It is the lack of support that is ruining our men. It is not homosexuality, because most of these people have been homosexual before it was even cool, before it was a trend, before it was okay. Homosexuality is not new. It's been around. It's just more accepted. And that's not what's ruining our men. It's people like you who are ruining our men. You're not being a true support. You're not walking hand in hand with individuals. You're not being a role model. What you're doing is being a hateful individual. Hateful. And that's not okay. It's not okay. So look, you guys are on social media right now, and Gina Chandler says, you are so right. Who cares? If you're not doing anything illegal, hurting people, kids, or animals, then you are good. Miss Dupar says, LOL, what's meant for me will always be for me. And I appreciate it. And thank you guys for commenting live on YouTube. I know a lot of you guys can't call in because you're at work, but that works just as well. And I'm going to stand by that. What other communities have going on have nothing to do with me, because I don't even live in those communities. And to be quite frankly, I have so much going on in my personal life. I don't care what these other communities are doing. Until it affects me, I don't care. I don't. You shouldn't either. I think every community has dumb stuff that is being done in them, dumb representation that is being spewed over media, and more. But your community does not make you better than another community. It just doesn't. And the same stuff that you are, actually, let me say this, the same stuff that people are judging gay people for, they're doing the same thing. Oh, where they're naked during the gay pride parade. Do you know they have a naked bike race in America? A naked bike race. I don't know. Let's see if I can Google it real quick. It's like the World Naked Bike Ride. It was in LA. It was in New Orleans. It was in Chicago. And these are straight people riding on their bikes naked in public. Oh, well, they're kissing on people and their PDA is horrible. We see straight people having sex on media every day, all the time, on Instagram, on TV. What's the difference? There's so many things that individuals judge other communities for, and they're doing the exact same thing. And it just really bothers me, because who the hell cares? Anyway, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to take a break, because I'm not going to give this individual any more attention, because it's just so irritating how people care so much about other people. I feel like the only reason it's affecting you is because you're probably gay. You're probably DL. I'm going to tell you, a lot of things only affect me because it personally hurt me or affect me, or, and I always hold myself accountable, I'm hiding something. Very telling, isn't it? Anyway, in the upcoming segment, we have Kara M. Jenkins, who is the administrator for the Nevada Equal Rights Commission. And she's going to join me live to discuss the affirmative action ruling, businesses being able to refuse service to LGBTQIA+ customers, how Nevada is combating both of these issues and more. So make sure to stick around because, hey, the show's not over. And I still got more things to do. Listen to the Jaime Dee Show. I'll be right back. Stay there.
Zen World Premium CBD offers full and broad spectrum CBD oil, extracts, and capsules, which are designed to help you feel your best. Their products are sourced from the best organic hemp and natural ingredients on the market and are tested for quality, purity, and potency. They have a full range of items from health and wellness to beauty to pets. Call 725-205-9223. Visit online at zenworld.com or stop by their location at 9895 South Maryland Parkway and Silverado Range Parkway. Mention KSHP for 10% off in store or use code KSHP online for 15% off.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies, and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Moles Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Moles was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmolemeats.com.
At AR Heating and Air Conditioning, our main goal is to provide high-quality service without breaking the bank. From maintaining your HVAC units to fixing them when they are down, they are there for you. AR Heating and Air Conditioning offer reasonable prices, reliability, and professional service at a great value. For more information, go to fixmyac.net or call 702-646-4000. Beat the heat and call AR Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
Hey, get it, hey, get it. Hey, welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1. We're back. Woo! Yes. If you're just now tuning in, you already missed the daily news headlines. And we talked about if homosexuality is ruining our men. And it's so funny because on YouTube, Naturally Radiant says, I tell people all the time, mind the business that pays you. I know that's right. Because a lot of this business do not pay me. Sometimes my business don't pay me. Well, welcome back. Because in this segment, we're going to talk to the amazing Kara M. Jenkins. And why is she amazing? Because she is the administrator for the Nevada Equal Rights Commission. Let me say that again. Kara M. Jenkins is the administrator for the Nevada Equal Rights Commission. Yes. And she's here to talk to me about the affirmative action ruling, businesses being able to refuse service to LGBTQIA customers, how Nevada is combating both of these issues, and more. So without further ado, welcome Kara M. Jenkins.
Thank you. Jaime,
Thank
it's so
you.
good to see you this
Oh,
morning.
thank you.
It's not often that government officials are able to have the access to your viewership. So thank you.
Yeah,
You're a
my
local
pleasure.
celebrity. You're actually not just a local celebrity. People know you all over the West Coast.
Period.
And I just congratulations on your work at Essence and the BET Awards.
Thank
and
you,
so we're
friend.
just very, very proud of you. But thank you for this opportunity to explain some really important law updates
My
that
pleasure.
the agency is trying to get out so that people can be aware of their rights.
Yes,
so thank
I
you.
need you on here because we need to continue to educate the people. And I appreciate you for your words. One thing people don't realize is that a lot of times the media focuses on one thing and one thing only.
Right.
And a lot of those things don't even affect us. For example, the submarine situation. So sorry to those people and may they rest in peace. But that was covering up what we're going to talk about today. So Kara, let's get into it. I know you have 2 cases you want to go over.
Yes.
And these cases have already been decided upon, but we need to talk about them because it's still important today.
Yes.
So you're going to go over which one first.
So there's two cases I want to touch upon. One affects Nevadans. The other one I just think affects everybody in your viewership. So the Nevada Equal Rights Commission, briefly, we were created in 1961 in response to desegregation in the state of Nevada. And so our agency's mission is to provide outreach and training about law updates so people know their rights and so that people can equally enjoy all services in the state, regardless of your race, color, national origin, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression. So that's a quick little one-liner.
Yeah,
a lot about us, but that's who we are. So the two cases. Okay, let's talk about 303 Creative LLC and Aubrey Alenis. And so that was a case that was decided June 30th, which was just last week, and it was a business owner, and her name is Lori Smith, and she owns 303 Creative Graphic Design, and she's a website creator, content creator in Colorado. So she preemptively asked for the courts to allow her not to create websites promoting gay marriage, which was really odd because you never see people saying, I want a ruling that will allow me not to do it. Usually it has to happen first. So that was really interesting.
Yep.
There was no real harm yet, but we digress. Anyway, she went to the lower courts, and Colorado has a state law very similar to Nevada that says you cannot discriminate in business against anybody. And she appealed it to the Supreme Court, and in a very interesting turn of events, they took this case.
Yep.
They took this case and they decided that she did not have to service or does not have to service a protected group. And so when we talk about protected groups, Jamie, we're talking about people who have suffered over the years what they call invidious discrimination. So that can be the LGBTQ plus IA community, Blacks, other immigrants, women. So they have like legally protected status. And traditionally, you cannot discriminate against them under Title VII, the Civil Rights Act, and other federal laws and state laws that have passed. But here, the Supreme Court says that she had a First Amendment right to not serve protected groups, and that her biblical truths basically trumped anyone's protected status. And so what does this mean? It means whether or not you believe in gay marriage, or if you're a business owner and you don't want to provide services to people whose lifestyles you don't condone. Pause. This now opens up the door for other folks to discriminate against similar groups. So examples, and we've seen this in the dissenting opinion by Justice Sotomayor. She was talking about, remember the time, America, when we basically had signs that say no dogs or Jews allowed in this establishment? Remember the time, America, when Jackie Robinson, a Black man, the best baseball athlete ever, was denied access into the same hotels as his white teammates. He had to sleep in a separate hotel because that hotel would not allow him to stay there. Remember America, or remember Nevada? This is my own, I added this. When Black performers were forced to access the service entry into their hotels and casinos to perform. Remember that type of discrimination? It's on the same level as this ruling. And so it just opens the door up for a conversation that we thought we put to bed almost 60 years ago. And so one of the things that I want your viewers to know who live in Nevada, we talked with the state's attorney general about what this ruling might mean. We will still enforce our state laws that say no matter who you are, what protected category you're in, or whoever you are, if you want to enjoy a service here in the state, you can, and you cannot be discriminated against based on your race or your whatever content you want created. That's just what it is. Until it becomes litigated out here, we're going to stick to our laws and protect everybody that lives here in the state. So that's the first one. And I thought that was really good to talk about to your viewers first because of your just last segment, talking about people minding their own business and just staying in their lane. And so when you see this too a lot, when you have people, even broadcasting stations and networks, I'm sure you have this too, Jamie, and your producer, the ideas and views expressed by this individual are not necessarily those of the station. You're still providing a business. There's a transactional element involved. Your First Amendment right truly is your personal ideals and beliefs, and no one should infringe upon them. But if you're a business and you derive benefits, monetary benefits from everybody enjoying your business, you should serve everybody, period.
I agree. And I really appreciate the fact that you're able to speak on this because we see this happening in the world and we're not sure what's next. Because I have my master's in broadcast journalism, and one thing that we have similar is that we have to learn the laws. And you work in law, you work in politics. I've covered politics for 2 years when I was in Washington, D.C. and Maryland. And one thing they really pushed upon us was that precedent truly matters. And when we have a precedent, it's really hard to strike that precedent down.
It's
But
got to go all the way up the cycle again
Right.
to reach the highest court to get the number of votes
Right.
that will carry the law and be the rule of the land. And so it's really important. And one of the things that, and thank you so much for coming to my outreach at NAN the other day. I just appreciate your
Always
support.
here to support you.
You are. And so Jamie Viewers was at the National Action Network where I was also giving these updates. Shout out to NAN and Dr. Robert Bush, who is the president of NAN here in Las Vegas. And we were giving the updates. I think some folks were even surprised in the audience. It was a community gathering, just giving out information to know that Supreme Court justices are appointed by the president.
Yes.
Now, who picks the president?
The president.
Jamie?
Oh, wait, us. We do.
So,
It's funny because I actually said that yesterday, and I shouted you out on air yesterday because
thank you.
You reminded us about that. And so often there's so much to know about politics, you can't remember everything, and you don't remember everything.
Right.
And one thing that I thought that was true was that when there's a precedent, even though it can be challenged, it takes so much for it to even just be challenged. But we're seeing in 2023, it doesn't. It's easy to now strike things down that has been covering and protecting groups for so long.
Right. So let's talk about affirmative action.
Yeah.
And you talked about getting your master's degree. I'm college educated, and thank you.
And we're both part of the D9.
We are. We are. We're
Yes.
both in fraternal and sorority organizations, and we're very proud of that. But let's talk about for the kids moving forward and how much harder it's going to be for them to get into college. So the second case that I want to talk to your viewers about is Students for Fair Admissions, Inc. versus President and Fellows of Harvard College. So interestingly enough, Harvard and the University of North Carolina, or UNC, they had this matrix of getting students in, and it was an affirmative action matrix. And let me explain to your viewers what that means. They had a matrix where they allowed someone's race to play into the admissions decision, only so that they could create diversity on campus, because that was their ultimate goal. When you're at a university and it's diverse, the students learn from each other. Everybody does better. You uplift communities that maybe have never been rural or urban, who have never been or had access to college, including first gens, immigrant families. And so they had this matrix where they said, okay, we'll look at the race of the applicant to see, with other factors like grades, SAT scores, and your admissions essay and your recommendations, all the things, not just counting all the things, but we'll also take into consideration your race, because we do want diversity on campus. Well, that was challenged by Students for Fair Admissions, Inc. And so they took those cases to the lower courts. They got denied at the lower court level. They appealed to the Supreme Court. Here we go again. The Supreme Court took the case. And so the Students for Fair Admissions, they basically said that these practices of just considering race was almost reverse discrimination, and that affirmative action is contrary to the Equal Rights Amendment. And I won't get into constitutional law today. I'll wait for Jamie to have me come back and put you all to sleep on the law, even though I geek off of it and I'm a nerd into it. But what that basically says is that everybody should be treated equally. And so you have some students saying, well, this is not equal if you're considering race, because now we're not getting in. However, the Supreme Court didn't. Let me go to the ruling. So the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the petitioners, the Students for Fair Admissions, and said, you know what, where's the quote? Eliminating racial discrimination means eliminating all of it. So you know what, the consideration of race on applications that Harvard was using and UNC was using, it is to a type of discrimination, and no longer now can we even think about race when admitting people into college. And so what Jamie sighed, and I sighed too, because what that means is, and we saw this with California when they got rid of affirmative action some time ago, that the enrollment of Black and Brown students significantly decreased as a result of that, meaning that, okay, and so the Supreme Court said, but you can talk about your race and your background and your admissions essay, but race cannot be a factor on the application. Right. This may mean that you may no longer be able to put your race on the application. Admissions recruiters may not be able to ask about it, but some of the things that they still did allow was that if you're a legacy, meaning if your parents went to Harvard or someone in your family went to Harvard or a school like that, that can be considered. Whether your family members were donors to these institutions, that can be considered, or if you're an athlete.
Right. AKA affirmative action.
You heard him, not me. We'll have a discussion later, and maybe we'll take questions if Jamie wants. But those are still considered, but race cannot be. And so this is nothing that the state of Nevada can do. This is now precedent, which is what Jamie's saying, guys. That once you get to this point, it takes a lot to get back to here. So one of the things that the White House is doing, the Biden administration, they made a comment. They made a statement disagreeing with the court's decision, thought it was very they just disagreed. I'll say that. And so the Department of Education, the United States Department of Education, which is an agency under Biden's administration, they're going to come out with guidance and guidelines for colleges and universities to try to overcome this ruling so they can still get diverse students on campus. They're going to have to come up with other ways. And what this means for the community is that our kids, and when I say our kids, I mean all of our kids, they need to really focus on getting that homework done, after school programs, having mentors, having people recommend them to college, because it just got that harder to get into school.
Yeah, I agree. And I personally believe that I want our world to be very equal. I want there to be inclusion, diversity, and more. And when you do have diversity on campuses, you do get to have real life experiences, real world experiences. And as an individual who wanted to go to HBCU but couldn't because I didn't get the scholarships that I needed, I went to a HSI, which is actually a Hispanic Serving Institute. Most people have never heard of that. It's called Florida International University. It's in Miami, Florida. It's actually a huge school. But I was a part of a school that was serving majority Hispanic students. I didn't even know it was a thing. And so having to fight my way as an African-American individual in a space that wasn't meant for me or made for me through their history, it was definitely a challenge, but it made me stronger and it made me see how I can live in other people's worlds. And that I understand that makes me a better candidate for jobs and for life. However, one thing that I will say is this: if you guys are going to be about truly wanting diversity and taking race away and making things equal, then take a lot of things off of the application. We probably shouldn't put our names on there anymore, because you can tell our race through our names. We probably shouldn't put our sex on anymore, because my thing is, sometimes there's more male in college than there's females. How are we going to be equal if we're not truly being equal?
A lot of lawyers, we're scratching our heads right now, because this is, we've not seen decisions like this in a very long time. Yeah.
And the biggest thing that bothers me the most is that I've actually worked in admissions for over 6 years. I'm probably discrediting myself a little bit, probably 8, I think. It's whatever. But my thing is that I've worked in admissions, I've worked in student affairs for a long time, and I've been a part of the decision-making process. I've been a part of the recruitment process. I've been a part of the college application process. And one thing I could tell people, that I always tell people, is just because we see Black, Hispanic, Asian does not mean, automatic. No. You still have to meet the qualifications. And the reason why they even get in is because 10 Jakes got in. The one Demetrius that got in is the one Demetrius that got in. Now there's 10 more Jakes that are about to get in right after Demetrius. And after that 10th Jake, okay, we're probably going to let in a Darian. That's not how it works. That's how it works, but it doesn't work as Jake and Demetrius. Demetrius has a 1.6. Jake has a 4.0. And we're going to let Demetrius in because he's Black. That is not how that works.
No, and you have to sustain it once you're in. I can say that I don't have definitive proof, Jamie, but personally, I know I've benefited from all my education and my degrees from affirmative action, because they probably were like, oh, she's Black, she's a woman, let's bring her in. But I had the grades, I had the recommendations, I had the discipline, and I sustained myself there. There were a lot of long nights in that library. And because I knew of the opportunity that it could create for myself, for my family. I'm here able to give you these law updates because someone gave me a shot.
Right.
And so without getting too personal about this, because I'm a neutral administrator in that our agency we adhere to the law. I just really want you all to understand how important it is to get more involved, or just get more involved. And Jamie, I'll let you take.
Yeah. And so we are always open for comments and questions at 702-221-7283. We do have a few minutes left. And I want to ask you this, because I meant to ask you this in person. You made a statement about, remember who you vote for, because the president appoints the Supreme Court justices and we appoint the president. Now, was there a reason you said that? Is there something that we're not paying attention as pertains to the president?
Yes. Well, only because, thank you, Jamie, for clarifying, because I did talk about this at the community event the other day that Jamie was gracious to attend, is that a lot of people think that there's nothing they can do. And the best thing that you can do to get involved instead of reacting is get involved more in who you want to represent you. And because the president can pick these judges that make these decisions that impact your lives, your daily lives, the lives of your kids, families, loved ones, lovers, this is not the time to stand by and just say, well, guess I can't do anything or complain.
Right. And my question is, how are you all combating these rulings here in Nevada?
At the Equal Rights Agency, we have to adhere to the law. And so with the other case I mentioned, with the affirmative action case, there's nothing we can do other
Nothing
than
at all.
No, really. The Supreme Court is the supreme law of the land. We have what's called legal deference to it. So we just, we accept it. We feel like,
You have no other choice.
We have no other choice. But for the Creative LLC Designs case, where the woman refused to service a particular type of client or a client with a type of message, that holds no bearing on us. Our state laws say you service everybody regardless of what their content is, unless it's insightful or violent or anything like that. But promoting gay marriage, that won't be a problem here.
So was that ruling just for her specifically, or did that set precedent for a lot of businesses around America?
Around America. But Nevada is taking a stance in that we've gotten guidance and we are going to still maintain our laws.
Wait, how are you guys able to do that here, but you're not able to do that for the affirmative action ruling?
Because the affirmative action ruling goes for all of the colleges over all of the United States.
Even private ones?
Yes. And Nevada has state laws here that basically say you can't discriminate against in business against protected status. And we have it in our state constitution too. That's the Equal Rights
But don't you have it in
Amendment.
your state constitution to allow people to still use diversity and race as potential schools? I'm kind of confused on how there's a difference.
Well, so you're saying, what about UNLV and UNR?
Yeah.
They have their own set of rules and guidelines, but it's up to them to maybe get them on the show and talk about what they're going to stand for.
Makes
right.
sense. Okay.
Right.
Well, thank you so much, Kara. I really
Great
appreciate
questions.
you.
You asked the best questions. Thank you for having
I
them.
want to make sure to clarify for people. Yeah.
And we appreciate that. And we have little gifts for you all.
Aw.
Producer, we have an enchromed Nevada Equal Rights Commission pin.
Thank you.
And whenever you sign documents or your next big contract, you just know that Nevada Equal Rights Commission supports your business and your show, and we love you.
I appreciate that. I love you too, Kara.
Thank you for having me.
Real quick, because we only have 1 minute left. Before we get into how people can follow you, we got to ring the bell real quick. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you didn't know this, Kara M. Jenkins is running for Las Vegas mayor.
You said it, I didn't.
Yeah, I said it, she did. And I'm going to just speak for her. If you want to support her, make sure to follow her. Make sure to go to her website because she is running for Las Vegas mayor. And I want you all to know, like she said, who are you voting for? So make sure to go to careforlvmayor.com and you can get all the information there. She can't speak that much about it, but I'll do that for her. Again, that's KARA, the number 4, lvmayor.com. Now, outside of that, Kara, tell our listeners how they can find and support you everywhere else.
I thank you for that shout out. And yes, we will have campaign events separate from this, and hopefully we can get a one-on-one about that. But for the Nevada Equal Rights Commission, you can go to our website and check us out. If you have a complaint of discrimination, you can file with us or call our office, our line. We're in Reno, Nevada, so we're a statewide agency. You can call us at either number to get information on.
What's the number?
Okay, the phone number is for Las Vegas is 702-486-7161. That's 702-486-7161. And you can look us up online, Nevada Equal Rights Commission.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
Oh,
Kara.
thank you.
Yes,
You're the best.
You're
Thank
the best.
you.
Hey, if you just now tuned in, you already missed our daily news headlines. You missed us speaking on if homosexuality is ruining our men. And we just had Kara M. Jenkins, who is the administrator. Hear me out. Again, she is the administrator. That's a big deal for the Nevada Equal Rights Commission. And she just talked about the affirmative action ruling, businesses being able to refuse services against the LGBTQIA plus customers, how Nevada is combating some of these issues and how they're not allowed to combat other issues and more. Remember, she's running for mayor, so she could be somebody through research. All right, this is the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM live every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. I want to see you guys tomorrow. And real quick before we leave, people on YouTube are saying she rocks. Go you! Yes, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. What's up, everybody? You were just tuned into the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. If you aren't in the Las Vegas area, you can catch my show live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimedeshow. If you want to advertise your business on my show, email us at info@jamiedee.com. Thank you all so much for your support. See you tomorrow.